Good morning, everybody. Ed back with you again, your rail fan with a beard. Welcome, everyone. I'm in downtown Cleveland, Ohio today. I've been wanting to put together a video from down here for a good while. Today's the day. My hopes and my goal here is to get you guys a decent variety of trains today and see some of the railroad-related sites around Cleveland here. So let's get into it, see what we can get a hold of, see if we're productive. All right, thanks, everyone. See you at the end of the video. There you go, everyone. Westbound intermodal coming off the Cleveland Drawbridge. Okay guys, this is the Norfolk Southern local train leaving Campbell Road Yard by the steel mills in Cleveland, heading to Rockport Yard. Crossing over the CSX tracks here. Steel coils coming from Cleveland Cliff Steel there. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, everybody, since I'm in the area here, we just caught that local leaving the steel mills. You'll see the steel mills behind me there. I'm currently standing on what they call the towpath trail. It's a walking and bike trail, kind of a Metro Park thing here. It goes between the steel mills here and the shopping plaza Steel Yard Commons. Anyhow, right on the path here, they have a little historical section set up, kind of paying tribute to the steel industry. Some old steel-related rail cars here, and some examples of a steel coil and a steel slab. So I'll show you those real quick here before we move on. Okay, everybody, so this is an old ingot car. There's a mold on there and then an actual steel ingot that would have been formed in that mold. And this is how they would have moved this around the steel mills and that. See 1903 there to 1993. Pretty cool stuff. Little info on it there. You can pause the video and read if you like. Anyhow, pretty neat little car there. Not very big, just big enough to get the job done there. Okay, everyone, we're going to move along here. This is what they call a bottle car. This is for moving molten iron, molten steel. All liquid for this container. Now, this is an older style. You can see there's 6 axles on this, 3 on each end. The ones that they currently use at the mills over there have 2 sets of trucks on each end. 2 sets of 4 axles, basically, front and back of the car. either end, whatever you want to call that. And this mechanism here can rotate. And this can be filled in the upright position like this. And then it's motorized on the end there. Can rotate this and pour this liquid steel, liquid iron. There you go, guys. Hot bottle car. Get you a close up on the information there. There you go, guys. Pretty cool stuff there. Okay, everyone. You saw the ingot on the ingot car back there. That's what they would have cast back in the day before rolling the steel. Now it's a slab, what you're seeing here. Basically 9 inches thick by however long they need it to be, however wide they need it to be. Okay, everybody, here's your final product. This is after the slab has been reheated and rolled to whatever thickness they want, whatever width they decided they needed for particular customer specifications. That's your final product. Of course, they can do all kinds of things to these. It can be sold just like this. It can be further processed, pickled as they call it, galvanized, whatever they want to do with it. So there you go, everyone. Steel coil. Actually seen some of these leaving the plant on that local train we just caught. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. And our last item here, old clock house. Read the sign there. It's a pretty neat looking building. Okay, everybody, this is going to kind of stink shooting into the sun here, but there's the steel mills. Everybody, so as I mentioned already, this shopping plaza was built on old steel mill property that was sold for this development. And as part of the theme and tribute to the steel mills, they left a lot of the building supports up to kind of create that theme. See, it kind of goes all the way down the front here. Pretty neat to incorporate that. Okay, everybody, this is the old B&O Roundhouse on West 3rd Street here in Cleveland. I was just here recently to see the American Freedom Train 250 steam engine. Okay, everyone, you see the trestle behind me there. It's a huge trestle over the Cuyahoga River here. It's a CSX line, Cleveland short line sub. Double track trestle up there. Ex-Conrail line here. So pretty cool. That thing is high up there. Built 1907. There's been repairs over the years. You can see newer sections of it, but pretty well still intact. Anyhow, I'll see if we can get something over it. Probably won't see a whole heck of a lot because it's so high up. The angle's kind of funny, but we'll give it a whirl, see what we got. Okay, everybody, that's one heck of a trestle there. That train looked less than a toy up there. Super cool stuff there. Glad I stopped over to see this. Let's see what else we can go get a hold of here. Okay, everybody, there's one of the newer sections there. You can see it's a lot different from the older stuff there. Check out the size of that nut. There you go, everybody. Short little manifest there over the trestle. Thanks for watching, everyone. Okay, everyone, that's going to bring us around the end of the video there. Hope you all enjoyed hanging out in Cleveland for a little bit. Didn't get to see as much as I was hoping for. We'll have to come back and do a part 2 on this. See what else we can get a hold of. That'll be fun. Anyhow, thanks for coming along. Appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just a few seconds time. Also, if y'all got a spare moment, check out another video or two on the channel. Definitely think you'll find something there you'll enjoy. With all that said, I'll thank you all again, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone.